Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different. So normally I'm just doing genealogy videos and it's just about the genealogy, but I thought I would do something today to help you get to know me a little bit better. So I decided to do the 50 facts about me tag. Hopefully it'll be a bit of fun and it'll help you to get to know me a little bit better. So let's just get into it. The first thing about me is that I hate gelato. I think ice cream is so much better and gelato is just a terrible version of ice cream, and I don't know why gelato is such a thing these days. My favorite book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I was once in a music video. It was back in the 1990s and it's really hard to spot me, but there you go, I was in it. I am pretty sure that I could recite every single word of the movie The Goonies. I absolutely love horror movies and I always have ever since I was a little kid. But the only movie that gave me nightmares was the Blair Witch Project, and that was released when I was 19. But yeah, it gave me nightmares for months. One time I saw Hugo Weaving in a cafe and I thought for a second that I knew him because he looked familiar, and so I waved, and then it was just obvious that he was just a celebrity, and so we didn't know each other, but he took it pretty well. He just kind of laughed and waved back. My astrological sign is Leo. My favorite ever TV show is The X-Files. I have undergraduate degrees in biology and ancient history, and I also have a master's degree in ancient history, and I also studied postgraduate diplomas in philosophy and ancient languages. I have only ever traveled outside of Australia once. I went to Hawaii. I rarely go to the cinemas anymore, but whenever I do, I always make sure that I get a big bucket of salty popcorn and Coke. I am right-handed, and if I try to write anything with my left hand, it looks terrible. I'm sure this is true for a lot of people. I currently volunteer for the Founders and Survivors Project, transcribing Tasmanian convict records. When I'm adjusting the TV or stereo volume, I always make sure that it's on a multiple of 5 because it feels weird if it's not. I have never really gone on rides. I've never been on a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel or anything like that. I just never wanted to. I never thought it looked fun. It's just not my cup of tea. I have 2 scars on my left eyebrow. I don't know if you can see. One of them was from getting hit in the face with a softball when I was in year 7 at school. And I'll tell you what, that softball was not soft. And the second time was when I got my eyebrow pierced. I don't regret the eyebrow piercing, but I do regret playing sport. I am terrified of cockroaches. Like, it might be an actual phobia. I really freak out if I see a cockroach. I have suffered with generalized anxiety disorder for over 10 years now. I prefer to drink water at room temperature or even slightly warm. I really don't like cold water, and whenever I go to someone's house and they say, oh, I'll get cold water from the fridge, I'm like, no, just give it to me from the tap. My favorite food is pasta. I have one dog, a border terrier named Georgie. If I eat red frogs, I get kind of hyperactive and giggly. Like, one time I was doing a temp job where I had to stuff envelopes for a bank, and I was eating red frogs while I was doing it, and I got like weirdly hyper and thought everything was funny, and I started putting some of the red frogs in with the mail out. So some of the bank customers would have gotten a red frog with their statement. I have lived in Sydney my whole life. I love Disney movies, and even if I'm considered kind of old for it, I would love to go to Disneyland. This is my natural hair color. I do not dye my hair. I have never broken a bone, but when I was a kid, I always kind of wanted to break like my leg or my ankle or something because I really wanted crutches. I cannot stand wearing socks in bed. I hate that. I don't have a favorite color. It changes from day to day, but most often it is pink or yellow. When I was a teenager, I had several ghost experiences, so I 100% believe in ghosts. I absolutely hate spicy food. I can't eat it at all. I really love adventure or like role-playing kind of video games, And I think my favorite one is Monkey Island, or the Monkey Island series, though they are completely retro and you don't really see them around much anymore, but they were the best. My favorite fruit is apple. When I was a little kid, I tripped over while I was piggybacking my sister and I fell completely flat on my face on the concrete, and I fractured my nose. I do not drink alcohol or coffee. I much prefer smooth peanut butter over crunchy. I would not really buy crunchy peanut butter, smooth all the way. I get really claustrophobic and I even hate getting into lifts in case they get stuck, even though that's never happened to me before. I did dancing lessons when I was growing up. I did mainly jazz, tap and ballet, and I kind of miss it now still, but I'm probably too unfit for it. My favorite number is 3. I've always been pretty bad at sports, but I'm also kind of a competitive person, so I always really hated sort of athletic carnivals and stuff when I was in primary school. When I was in high school, I just stopped competing. In kindergarten, I spent a fair bit of time in the naughty corner. I hated my teacher, Miss Davidson, and I still do. I was a prefect in primary school. I was not a prefect in high school because I wasn't an uber dweeby. My ancestry is Scottish, Irish and English. When I was about 9, I got chickenpox and I infected about half of the school. I'm pretty sure I was the first kid in that school to get it, so I think I was patient 0. My favorite type of candy is Redskins. I always go to bed early. I'm usually in bed sort of around 9 o'clock. In summer, when I'm driving, I like to have the air conditioning on full blast, but I also like to have the windows down. I don't eat fast food. I do eat like burgers and fries and pizzas and stuff like that, but I never get them from fast food restaurants. I'm not really big on trying new things, so if I go to, get takeaway food or to watch a movie or something, I usually go back and get the same thing over and over. I'll always just watch my old favorite movies or eat the food that I know that I like, because why would I risk being disappointed? When I was in primary school, I was put into an advanced maths program because I was really good at maths. I saw this as punishment though, because it was held during lunchtime, so I actually missed out on my fun social lunch hour. I really didn't like that. I really didn't want to do it. Yeah, I felt like they were punishing me for being good. My favorite car is the 1966 Ford Mustang, and I would love to own one. Okay, that is 50 facts about me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me and who I am. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe, because it really helps out my channel when you do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really look forward to seeing you soon in my next video. Bye!